Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Oliver, as always, joined by Lockie.
How are we, gents?
Better than you right now, I reckon.
Correct. Wouldn't be lying right now.
And we're also joined by Sharpy.
Hi.
Hello. We'll get into it straight away. We'll start off with accountability.
That was an elite introduction there. That was unbelievable.
Well, I need to figure something out we need a more consistent one, but we'll figure that out eventually. We'll go to accountability first. I'm not going to list all the legs that failed for me, but nearly half my multi failed. Do any of you guys know how your multis went?
I think I missed, or actually I'll check that because last time I...
Yeah, sorry.
No, I think mine were coming up on the 15th. I think the rest of mine were.
Didn't one of the Packers ones fail? Did you have the Packers?
Yeah, the Packers ones.
Yeah, against the Lions.
Fucking organisation.
Yeah, they're not going to win the Super Bowl. Sorry, Brad. They're not going to make it either.
Detroit Lions, useless dogs. But then, I've got mine are coming up on Saturday and Sunday, my last two legs. So I stuffed that up a little bit and have it this week. So I apologize about that.
Oh, that's all good. We're going to go into a little segment, a little game. It's who he play for. Now, I'm sure you've seen they do it on Inside the NBA. So Lockie's going to be the one mentioning the players off the top of his head. If he can give us some good players, there's going to be 3 or 5. We'll see how
about we do one now and then we have a chat and then we'll split it out so I can get a couple of players.
Okay. We'll do one now and then we'll do a couple on later. So Sharpy's gonna we'll get 10 seconds to 5 seconds to write it, or 10 seconds. Sharpy will say it and then I'll show mine to the screen. So then there's no cheating.
Right. So you're gonna write yours down, he's gonna say his.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think they play for?
Yeah.
I like this. This is interesting. Okay, so Robert Woodard II.
Jesus Christ.
They're currently playing right now too.
I allowed to go?
Yeah, you're allowed to go. I've got mine down.
I saw him play in the G League a couple of days ago. He plays for Sacramento. He was playing for the Stockton Kings at the time.
Mine's backwards, isn't it? I don't know. But
no, that's normal.
No, that's all good.
Yeah,
You're just backwards.
Jesus, Sharpy, how do you get that? All right. Well, Sharpy's up 1-0. We'll come back to that. That's bullshit. Well, since we're skipping over that and we'll come back to it, we'll go to that time of the week again, very early on. Slugs. Horsey tips. So this week we'll actually be at the races with Slug. Well, Lockie won't be because he's got COVID.
Thanks for that.
Sadly. So it'll be just me and him getting the photos, if he dares to take a photo with me. His first tip is Flemington Race 1, number 7, English Riviera. Gold Coast Race 6, number 4, 1111. Lockie loves that for many reasons. And his each way of the day is Gold Coast Race 8, number 11, Me Lagarde. And we'll probably have daily tips on Twitter. Not daily tips. Race by race tips. We'll get into the NBA sort of stuff now. Start with the Grizzlies on a 10-game winning streak. Now, I don't watch the Grizzlies because I haven't watched them since basically Zach Randolph played there. I'm not the biggest fan of Ja. He is a gun, I won't lie. I'm not the biggest fan of him. I don't know why. He is a great player though. I just got a quick question. Is Ja current?
I want to be a good question after that comment.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of stuff on Perkins and saying it. Considering the whole season, would Ja be in the top 5, top 10 for MVP currently? Because I know over the past few weeks he definitely would be. But you reckon he is?
Yeah.
I
reckon he'd be top 10, but I don't think he'd be. I think top 5 might be a bit of a stretch. Because I think you still have players like DeMar DeRozan.
Top 5 would be a stretch too.
And I just wanted to get everyone's thoughts on Memphis trash talking basically everyone. I don't know if you've seen it, but they trash talked LeBron, and LeBron was not happy one bit, even though he flexed on the Kings and trash talked the Kings.
If he's not on your team,
did you watch that game?
Yeah. I watched bits.
He's not on your team.
Desmond Bain was getting into him, and then the next play, I think LeBron ran down the court, and it might have been that.
Oh yeah.
One where
yeah. Was it? It wasn't Jaren Jackson, but
was it Jaren Jackson?
It might have been. It was one of their bigger players, but I remember he just went coast to coast and fucking dunked on him.
Literally, but after he trash talked him, but then Desmond Bain hit a 3 straight back at him the next play.
Desmond Bain's so good. He's one player I do enjoy if I do watch the Grizzlies. What were you going to say, Sharpy?
I mean, if he's not on your team, then yeah, you have free reign to trash talk someone and be aggressive to them and stuff. Fuck them. They're not on your team.
Yeah,
they're not helping your team win games. So
I agree. And apparently, it's well known around the league that the Grizzlies are the biggest trash talking team. And I just find that funny when the strongest person on the team is probably the last person to talk trash in Steven Adams.
Yeah.
So
literally. No, I don't mind
that. I think they're currently 4th in the West. Are they really contenders, do we think? That if you had to put a percentage on them to make it to the finals, a bit of an on-the-spot question, what would it be, do you think?
Oh, I don't think they've got enough to get to the finals.
I don't think they'll get to the finals. At best, they'll be in the semifinals. They could do an Atlanta Hawks and surprise us and get to the conference finals, but I don't think at the moment.
I'd put a 10% chance on it. It's not a great deal, but it's a slight chance to put them on it. But yeah, I think they need it. There's rumors that apparently they're going to make a trade for maybe trade like players like Kyle Anderson. Like he's been playing well, but he has to get paid, and they can't pay all of their players. And Desmond Bain, I think he's
only in his second year, so you can say.
Anderson's possibly got the worst looking shot in the NBA at the moment.
And he's so slow in everything he does.
It's just horrific. When I watched that game between them and the Lakers, I was just like, I was seeing him like warm up out of halftime and doing this like real jerk. I'm like, is this just a drill that he's doing? But that was actually how he shot the ball. I was like, oh my God.
Shooting like Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Big hitch.
It's like when you get the hips when you're putting in golf, or like when you watch Charles Barkley try and hit a golf ball and it's like real jerky and you like stop. So it was literally like watching that.
Did you see what they said to Iggy, or what Jar was saying to Iggy as well?
No.
They were all going in because Iggy got traded to Memphis in Jar's rookie year, and he didn't play a game because he wanted to leave and he didn't want to play for a losing franchise or whatever. And like it worked out for Iggy because he went to the finals with the Heat that year. But I find it kind of funny that they're just talking shit to everyone. Like they're so young, but
I love it.
The league needs it.
Yeah, the good thing is like they're backing it up, like they're able to back it up now too. So you can't knock them for it because they're playing good ball. So
yeah, good for them. Quick topic: Devin Booker versus the Mascot. What did everyone think about that?
That was funny.
You can't try and save face now, Devin, because everyone's calling you out for being soft. So
it was pretty funny, but yeah, I agree. Funny. There was heaps of people on Twitter questioning whether he should be a basketball player because he first complained about getting double teamed in a pickup match. It was a while ago now, and now he's like, usually you got hundreds of fans sitting behind the goals trying to put you off. I'm sure a Mascot by himself isn't as bad.
Yeah.
But I just want to touch on that because now he's made it his profile picture on Twitter, believe it or not. Now, Lockie, also step in whenever you've got another player. Just let me know, and we'll go to it. Clippers. Now they're quite a boring team, and no one really wants to talk about them. But there's rumors that they're gonna just let this season go. As an OKC fan, I'm happy because we got the draft pick. But so apparently they're trading Ibaka, or they're trying to trade Ibaka. OKC apparently a team that's interested because they could take on cap space. and they're preparing to not have Paul George for the rest of the year. And if you think that's going to happen, you would think that they're going to let Kawhi sit the rest of the year. Are you surprised by any of that, or do you think, there's not really much to comment on the Clippers because they're just shit to watch, but
absolute shite.
It's going to be good for their young players in that because they're going to be able to develop a bit more. So that's going to be good, like what the Warriors did with like Eric Pascal and JTA and all that stuff. So I mean,
it's still like they're at 500 at the minute. Like they're sitting at
they won yesterday as well
against the Nuggets.
It was a low scoring game, but they still won. So you're going to see players like Brandon Boston get a lot of minutes, and Mann and all that stuff get a lot of minutes, and a lot of like usage with the ball as well, which is good.
And they're trying to move on from like Morris and that have some sort of value.
Tony Bradley with the grab block.
Oh, OKC legend. Yeah, Sharpy's watching the Bulls Nets game right now. Sure, it's not as interesting as the game last week. But,
that was nice. I'm just way behind. God damn it.
As usual.
This sucks.
So Lillard has a season-ending surgery confirmed. Now, obviously the Blazers are a shambles right now. I think they're 11th seed probably, and CJ is not going to play for the rest of the season, so Lillard's not going to be playing. I dare say they're going to try and trade Nurkic or someone like that. So this is an injury that's been lurking for a few years now. Do you think it's because he didn't get traded, or do you think he's just getting it done because he thinks it's the time?
I think because you have no chance of making the playoffs or anything. I know at this early, I know that. But I don't think you're going to make the playoffs regardless. You might as well just rest yourself and get yourself ready for next year.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Does anyone think, though, that if he did get traded, he'd be getting his surgery anyway? Or
I mean, teams would have had the injury report on him anyway that he has an abdominal injury. But if he gets it now, that team's going to want to push him more now, like after his surgery and that, because they're going to see that, he's healthy now.
He's what, 32? I want to say 33.
Yeah,
he's still got a few years in his prime left, I would have thought, but
you want to hope.
I feel like he's wasting it though in Portland. He's wasting it in Portland.
Yeah, don't say that around Sam Sharpy.
Who?
Yeah, true. But he has wasted a bit of he has wasted his talent in Portland as much as like they did make the Western Conference Finals, I think, against the Warriors. I think it was the Warriors, and they lost like 4-1. But
was it against the? No, it wasn't that.
I think it was the Warriors. I could be completely wrong.
It might have been the Warriors.
One discussion topic as well. So I don't know if you've got one off the top of your head, but which potential first-time All-Star deserves a selection in the All-Star game this year the most?
Ja. Ja or Fred VanVleet, I reckon.
What about Wiggins?
Oh, see, this is what I like. A bit of like, obviously, Ja deserves it. So
I think they all deserve it, to be honest.
Yeah, when we all say they all deserve it, but I think we just need a bit of who else deserves it. So you're going with Ja, are you, Sharpy?
Ja's probably the most deserving.
Because Ja's more the obvious choice. I'll go with Fred VanVleet.
It's just I just haven't heard anything about Fred VanVleet because of the way they're going. Like they're not.
He's been putting up numbers.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't heard because like they're still doing it right. They're still 8th in the East, but like
they had a terrible start. And VanVleet himself didn't start the best. But I think ever since
Wiggins has been pretty consistent.
And that's the thing. Warriors are what, the 2 seed or 1 seed in the West. And they're going to have 2 All-Stars, whether Draymond's healthy or not. And I feel like Wiggins.
Still can't believe that we call him an All-Star.
You don't like it?
Oh, I don't know.
It's a different type of All-Star. I feel like
it is. I know, that's the thing.
And that's the thing. I think Wiggins deserves it too for his defense. Like he's been playing unreal defense lately.
Yeah. Like he's averaging 32 minutes a game at 48%, 42% from 3. And he's averaging like 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. Like, yeah. I think he's been really, really good. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with Sharpy. I think Ja's probably the most deserving person.
I wrote down one that no one's actually mentioned yet, and that's Darius Garland.
Yeah, true. True. I watched their game against the Warriors the other day, and he was he was a bit off that game. He was a bit all over the place. Because they were talking about, because it was such a hyped game, none of them would have experienced that yet except Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Because there was so much hype around that game because it was Clay's first game back, and like it was awful to watch. Like, it was actually horrific.
And it just happened to be against the best team in the league. Oh, arguably one of the best teams in the league. Yeah.
So, but no, he's been playing good. He's been playing good. But yeah, I still think Jar's the most deserving.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to say SGA too, but I feel like with all the West,
look, that's a fair shout.
With all the guards in the West, you're probably not going to get it. But it's a tough situation.
Yeah.
Out of the Bulls' front court, back court, I always get it mixed up. DeMar DeRozan and Levine. Do you think one of them? I think DeMar has to start the All-Star game, but do you think he actually will?
No, he won't. Maybe because he's in. Oh no, it doesn't even matter anymore.
I'm trying to think of who it'll be.
Trae Young, probably.
Well, the way voting's going as well at the moment, like Kyrie's right up there too, isn't
he? That's ridiculous.
I think that's in fan voting though. I don't know if that's actually
the fan votes take up the starting
for the starters.
I think fan voting. Wait, does it?
Yeah, and the coaches
fan voting to the starters.
So 50% of the 50% is fan votes, 25% is players, and 25% is coaches and staff, and then coaches and staff pick the remaining, like the bench and all that. So currently DeMar is, to be fair, after the first one, leading the guards voting in front of James Harden, Trae Young, Levine, and LaMelo. Do you see anyone really? Do you see possibly even a double Chicago starting in the All-Star game, or
why not?
Yeah, why not? They're first in the East. Makes sense.
Yeah, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. I think it'd be good.
While we're on the discussion topic, I saw this on Twitter, so I thought I'd bring it to here because I want to see if everyone is on this. Everyone agrees or not. Who do you take out of Jokic and Embiid? There's a lot of disagreement on Twitter about it. I just wanted to get your thoughts. Really, it's a hard choice, and
I think of the last 10 games, you'd go Embiid, I reckon.
But
I've got him for MVP in my multi at the moment.
Yeah, true.
And so I really hope Embiid.
But if you were to start a team, like, I know it's a cliche to say it, but if you were to start a team right now, not based off, let's go up to their career now. Who do you take?
Jokic.
I'd probably take Jokic. I think with his ability and his pass perception and everything, I think that makes him a threat everywhere on the court.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like there were a lot of angry Sixers fans saying that Embiid's level was above him, but I mean, Embiid's
They've got bigger problems.
Embiid's just injured, and like I feel like I know this isn't going to happen, but imagine if Jokic had Simmons. I feel like that team would probably work a lot better than Embiid with Simmons, personally, because at least Jokic can live out on the arc, and Embiid does somewhat, but he's not as efficient.
No, I'm surprised. James Harden shooting free throws.
You reckon RJ is making a late push for an All-Star, Sharpy?
Oh, yes. Do you want to speak about RJ, Sharpy?
If he is, I reckon it's just maybe a bit late. But, if he keeps playing the way he is,
especially after today.
And especially over the last few games, since he's come back from COVID, he's had a great stretch of games. There's been a few games where he hasn't been there, but you get that every player has that, just not every superstar. But I think I don't know, maybe.
Do you want the Knicks to make a trade?
I've heard a lot. There's been a lot of trade rumors in the last few days about us potentially shopping Mitchell Robinson and then us potentially getting Cam Reddish. So who knows what happens?
I commented on a thing today and someone liked it.
Yeah, it was the Randall thing.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Yourself, did you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's a outsider's opinion, so I'm just curious to have a New York fans.
I mean, if Randall is obviously, I don't know if he's regressing or he's just having an off year, but he's not playing at the level he was last year. And that's the reason why he got that extension. And, it's why he's known as the team leader. But now RJ's pretty much doing what Derrick Rose was doing now. And, it's RJ can only get better from here, but I'd like to see us potentially trade Julius Randle. And there was a thing that came out this morning as well about him, is there's some people around the front office that don't see Randle in the long term for the team.
Yeah. And I think that's fair, especially after obviously he took back his comments pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But I think it's still a bit of an issue that he did it in the first place.
I mean, he didn't even have to say what it meant, really. He could have just did the thumbs down. I think
he
the thumbs down gesture didn't mean anything until he said what it meant.
Yeah. It could have meant
just 100 stop booing.
Yeah, could have meant hundreds of things, but he just had to. He didn't have to comment on it. We'll have a quick break, and we'll be back in a minute. And we're back. Just had to do something quickly. So we'll go back to Lockie, who's got some more players for who he played for. Sharpy's up 1-0 because he knew some player no one's ever heard of except for him. Hopefully this one's a little bit easier.
Where did I literally had it here? Now it's gone. Give me 1 second. Hang on.
Not all the time in the world.
I literally had it up and then it has just disappeared.
Well, while you're trying to get that up, one thing I wanted to bring up. So Wiggins is currently 4th in fan voting in the front court behind Paul George, who's injured, and Jokic and James. So he could arguably be a starter nearly. Anthony Davis is 6th. Surprisingly, I'm surprised all the Lakers fans didn't try and get him up there. But obviously,
shows how much they're interested in him.
I'm surprised they didn't put fucking THT up there. They rave about him so highly.
I'm interested who starts between Doncic and Ja Morant, because Doncic is about 100,000 votes ahead of him currently, but he hasn't played. He's barely played. He's played probably half of the season, maybe so far. I feel like Morant probably deserves it more, but I mean, you're not going to leave out Doncic, I wouldn't have thought.
No, wouldn't think.
And I want to comment on something else I saw yesterday. Sharpy wouldn't like it because Embiid's his MVP pick. After a week, they updated the MVP ladder. Embiid wasn't in the top 10 after he was 4th. And he had a good stretch of games, and they changed it, and they had Giannis number 1, which I found a bit weird. LeBron 5th. Also weird. Rudy Gobert, I think, was top 6. It was just a weird fucking
bunch
list.
of bullshit.
So to remove
Gobert hasn't even played. He had COVID.
He started COVID. He's locking down the whole league again.
Hassan Whiteside's been playing.
Yeah. Because I had Whiteside in my fantasy team for a few weeks there when he was out, because obviously everybody else.
And he was playing well, but I mean, he's probably not a starting center. All right, so here we go. Rudy Gobert was 4, where Embiid was. Ja Morant broke into the top 10. Chris Paul was 6, and LeBron was 7th, and Curry dropped to 5th. So some big moves there, and DeMar DeRozan's still only at 9, which I feel like he should be maybe top 6, top 5, arguably.
Yeah.
Were you able to find it, Lockie?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was looking at something for the All-Stars as well.
I've got the votes up if you want it.
I've literally got it here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the second person.
God,
this is going to be interesting to see how much users have been paying attention. So I've got to name the player, and then you've got to name where
Yeah.
playing at.
Sharpy's got
Okay.
5 or so seconds, 10 seconds,
Yep.
we'll say.
Denzel Valentine.
Oh, he just got traded.
Correct.
I don't want to put the same team twice. Oh, because he was at the Cavs, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And he got traded from the Cavs. Sharpy, do you want to go yours? I've written down mine, but I don't think
He was at the Cavs. He got traded to the Knicks through the Los Angeles trade that just happened, but then the Knicks waived him, and then I'm pretty sure last time I checked, I think the Nuggets picked him up.
Mm-mm.
Jazz.
Yep.
Yes.
Damn it.
I was like,
Didn't the Nuggets waive him or something too, Sharpy?
Nah, because he was at the Bulls the whole time, and then he went to Cleveland. This is for you, and then the trade just happened with him going to the Knicks, and then goodbye.
Because I remember just seeing that he
literally signed a 10-day.
Oh, so he's on a hardship.
I remember I saw him go to a team that I just wouldn't think he would go to for some reason. All right, so it's 1-1. Have you got a tiebreaker for us, or you need a bit more time?
I can get one. Jeez, his profile, his picture is yuck.
I was thinking you were going to choose like Quindary Weatherspoon or something.
Oh, no.
After the first one.
Yeah, I was just thinking like he's got to choose someone
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, let's find another one quickly. How difficult do I make this for you?
It's the tiebreaker, and don't make it anything relevant to the Knicks or the Thunder.
No, look, it definitely crossed my mind, but then I was like, nah, I can't be doing that.
Sharpy knows every Knicks player in history, I reckon.
Yeah, just about.
Except for Ron Baker.
Just about.
Oh, he signed him and he went to Wizards after that. It's a good signing.
Well, while Lockie's looking for that, I may as well touch on the weekly multi. So my weekly multi is the Grizzlies to beat the Wolves, the Pelicans to beat the Clippers, Denver to beat Portland, New England to beat the Bills, hopefully, Bengals to beat the Raiders, and the Cardinals to beat the Rams. So there's a few underdogs in there. So that adds up to $30.60 for a 6-leg multi. So
is that the odds for it?
Yeah, it's definitely a bit out there.
That's not bad. You get like $60 back for that for your $2 bets you put on.
Yeah, nice. That's double. Well, not double my money. Geez, what am I saying? It's 30 times my money. Anyway,
but if you put $2 on it, that's double your money. Well, you're pretty much just getting double odds.
That's my multi. Sharpy, have you got one?
Yeah, I've got Warriors to beat the Bulls, Hawks to beat the Heat. No, Heat to beat the Hawks. Sorry, my bad.
Hey, what are you talking about, fool?
That's embarrassing. And the Sixers to beat the Celtics. And I just lost my other one, but that's fine. We move. Hang on, Big 12. I've got Oklahoma State to beat Texas Tech tomorrow. So those NBA games are on Saturday, but these ones, the Oklahoma one is tomorrow.
Not bad.
We're going to get smashed, but it's fine.
Not bad. I haven't put one on because I've still got 2 more in my other one from last week. So
okay. Have you got
last
the player? Oh,
last player.
Here you go.
Last player. Where is the 6th man of the year GOAT, Lou Williams, currently playing?
Did he get traded? I know where he has been playing.
Am I allowed to go?
Yep.
He's at Atlanta.
Yeah, I got the Hawks too.
Yep.
All right, we need a third player.
Another tiebreaker. Okay. Leave it with me.
We're just too good, Sharpy.
I didn't see anything about him getting traded. I know he was annoyed when he originally got traded to the Hawks because he didn't want to be there. But then,
but he's not playing much, is he?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's not playing as much. Game.
Yeah, that's what
he's not even like Sharif Cooper's not even playing there, and he's awesome.
We'll get to the last part of the podcast. So the weekly pick'em. Sharpy's gone with the Bucks versus the Warriors tomorrow, however you want to say it. So the Bucks are -3 favorites. So they got a -3 handicap or whatever you want to call it. Who are you taking, Lockie?
Draymond won't be back.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll be
Clay's
taking the
there.
Bucks.
Yeah, I'm still taking the Bucks.
Yeah, if Draymond was back and he could guard Giannis, then I'd be more inclined to go the Warriors. But yeah, no.
I'd be shocked if he could guard.
Well,
Giannis.
this is not helpful.
No, but he's
because
like, who else is going to? Wiggins.
yeah. Nah, trust me, he's going to clamp
Kevon
him.
Looney.
Yeah.
Maybe even put the
Klay
bucket
Thompson.
on Kuminga.
No, put Klay Thomas on.
Mm.
Well, we've all gone the Bucks, so that's not helpful for me because I have an 0-1 record and you both have 1-0 records. And I still got to do that payoff, which will happen maybe next week.
Yep.
We'll see.
We've decided on your punishment, but we'll reveal that.
Yeah, we will do that next week. Anyway,
maybe your punishment should be that you've got to run the Strait of Flemington.
Yes, and cop a how big fine? I can't even run at the point. This point.
Yeah, you can't even run anyway. Oh, osteitis pubis.
Have you got your fourth player?
I do.
Fifth player?
I do. This is going to be interesting to see if you blokes have been paying attention to the hardship.
Oh, Sharpy has been. I went off about it last week in the podcast. I said I wanted to enter all this, but we'll see.
Where has Greg Monroe signed?
He was originally at.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Wizards.
No.
He didn't even write his answer down, Sharpy.
Did he say
Oh,
Wizards?
sorry.
Yes.
I'm not going with Wizards. Am I right? Can I just say mine then?
Yeah, if you want.
Timberwolves.
No, it's the Wizards, you idiot.
He was
Wait,
at the
what?
Timberwolves.
When
He
did-
was doing well. The Nas
Oh!
took over.
When did this happen?
Like a few days ago. I'm surprised that the Timberwolves didn't sign him back either. He had an unreal first game back.
Mm.
But
He did.
Nas Reed and Cat and all that came back.
I knew he played his 10 game at the Timberwolves. I just didn't think he had a second one somewhere. Fuck. Well,
He was mainly in the G League for a lot of this year as well. So
well, I guess Sharpy wins that, and
Winner.
He will
Sharpy
carry
is
on to
winner.
next week. We're going to do it next week, and you're going to verse him, Lockie. So I'll have to get some
Okay.
players for you.
you're not going to like it when I'm host.
Yeah, nice. You're going to have all Knicks players.
No,
Well,
I'm just going to name the most outlandish players ever.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have a record of the who he played for, and sadly, Sharpy's winning. So you're up 1-0 against me, and we'll go next week, and I will be the host. Now there might be a podcast about the NFL playoffs. I'll ask our insider Brad if he wants to do it, but we'll see if he's got enough time. Sadly, we won't see you on Saturday, Lockie.
No, unfortunately not, mate.
Few
Unfortunately not.
FaceTime.
The Rona has taken another victim.
FaceTime calls. I'll give you some tips though. You can still win money off my tips.
You'll give me some tips.
Yes, I will.
Very interesting.
And if you got to this point, I'm sure you know that we've got a new logo. Thanks to Sam, it looks 100%. I don't think that makes sense. It looks a lot better than our old logo that I made.
It looks really nice.
It looks very nice. But so did the logo I made.
Stop sucking up to him, Liam.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Liam. Jesus. All right. Thanks for joining us, lads.
No worries at all, mate. Stay safe, everybody.
Yep. Stay away from the Rona. And we'll see you next week. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.